and you're a natural at this. How are you so confident? How do you talk so smoothly? You guys don't see all of the parts where I mess up, where I am just, what did I want to say here? I'm not going to include this in my videos, obviously, and sometimes I do include a little blooper reel at the end of my videos, and I actually haven't done that in a while, but I make my mistakes. I am not perfect, and I'm not going to lie, this is the first time I am actually filming this intro, and I've gotten it right the whole way through, which is pretty shocking to me. Usually I have to film it at least 5 times to get something that I like, so just know, guys, you don't see everything, you don't see my mistakes, and you guys don't see the days where I am feeling a bit self-conscious, and I do not want to film because I'm not feeling good about myself. So today I just want to share some tips with you on how you can become a bit more comfortable in front of your camera, some things that I have learned along the way, and just tips, tricks that I think you honestly need to know. So let's just go ahead and get into it. The first tip I'm going to start out with is probably the most basic, and honestly, if you watch any other YouTube video talking about how to become comfortable in front of your camera, I am sure that every single one of those videos has mentioned this one tip. So let's just get it out of the way. Your first 50 videos are going to stink. Your first 100 videos are going to stink. Honestly, when you first pull out your camera, you're not going to know what to do. You're not going to know what to say. And if we take a look back at my first few YouTube videos, I actually will talk to you about how often you should post on your blog. I was shy. I was so afraid of people judging me, and I wanted to be perfect. I didn't want to make any mistakes, and I know that I held my personality back because I wanted people to like me. Honestly, flat out, that's what it was. And over time, I came to realize that not everyone here online is going to like me, and some people love how I talk fast, other people hate how I talk fast, and that's totally okay, but I can't change who I am as a person for the people on the other side of the screen. For you guys, I honestly can't. You just have to be you, and the more you practice, the easier it's going to become to be yourself in front of your camera. So the tip that I have for you guys is to film YouTube videos that you never even plan on uploading. When I was first getting started with my YouTube channel, I could tell that I was a bit awkward, I was a bit uncomfortable, and honestly, I just wasn't myself in my videos. I wasn't at all, and I needed to find a way to get used to talking to my camera and talk to my camera like it was a friend, like I was talking to Alex, my fiance. So what I ended up doing when I was home alone making dinner for myself, I would actually pull out my camera and I would film. Need to get this water going. We're gonna start cooking our salmon. Or should I wait until the rest of it? And I would just talk about anything and everything, and I would just create these YouTube videos that I never ever planned on uploading to my channel, but just talking to my camera got me used to this situation right here. It is me, a tripod, and 2 lights right now, and this isn't natural, it's not normal, but guys, the more you practice, the better you are going to become, I promise. But beyond that, honestly, I think confidence comes from within, and if you do not feel confident in the way that you look, in the way that you are dressed, it is going to come off in the way that you are talking, and the way you are presenting yourself in your YouTube videos. So you guys notice, I do not come on here on my channel when my makeup's not done, when my hair isn't done. Even if my hair doesn't look great, I'm gonna pull it up in a bun or something to make it look a little bit nicer, but that is just self-confidence from within. I truly believe that it's kind of like a look good, feel good mentality. If I'm wearing something that I feel confident in, guys, I'm going to be more confident, more myself in my YouTube videos. And one of my YouTube videos is actually going pretty well right now. It's my 0 to 1,000 subscriber YouTube video. And I think that that is probably the only YouTube video maybe on my channel where I am wearing a shirt that does not have sleeves. One of my insecurities is my arms. And just being honest with you guys, I'm not confident in my arms. So you will always notice that even if it's a t-shirt, it has some sort of sleeve on it. And in that video, I didn't have any sleeves. And while I was editing it, I could tell that I was just a bit uncomfortable in that video, and I didn't even want to watch it, but I still did. You know, all my YouTube videos, you're going to see me more so in t-shirts, in sweaters, because that is truly what I'm confident and comfortable in. If you're like me and you absolutely love wearing t-shirts, and sometimes you feel like they're not form-fitting, or they just don't look that flattering on you, or they're a little too boxy, there are some tricks that you can do. So one thing that I like to do, I will not like that, and it just makes it a little bit more form-fitting along my sides. Or another thing that you can do, you can do the French tuck style, tuck it in your pants a little bit, and it just looks a little bit more flattering, especially if you have more sort of full body shots. Me, most of the time, you guys know, I'm here. And in my YouTube video talking about how to make your videos a bit more interesting, how to keep your audience attention and increase your audience retention rate, I brought up that I create a outline for all of my YouTube videos. And I do have another YouTube video on here sharing exactly how I create my outline, so if you guys want to check it out, I will include it right here for you guys. But when I create an outline for my YouTube videos, it is in rough outline. I do not create a script. I do not come up with everything that I'm going to say in that YouTube video, because then I will get caught up on my words. So I just create a rough outline, bullet points, and say, okay, I'm going to talk about this, it takes time. That's something I want to say. I want to talk about confidence comes from within. And then I've got another bullet point that says clothing, the way you look, like your hair and makeup. So I just have rough bullet points, and then I let myself get in the flow. This is the key here. If you are really struggling and you're overthinking your words, what I recommend doing is filming a YouTube video that lets you just sit down and kind of throw up, where you can say whatever you want, just get it all out there. Cut out the parts that you don't like and keep what you do like, but do not overthink it so much. And when you allow yourself to just flow, to just talk and just get on a roll, get in a rhythm, honestly, that's when you're going to create your best content. So I do not like creating a full script for my YouTube videos. You guys know I do not read off of a piece of paper. That's just not me. I want this to seem natural, like we're having a conversation. So I create a rough outline with bullet points, and then I just allow myself to talk about that main point and just let it flow. And another really great tip that I have for you guys is to talk to one specific person. Now, this is much easier when you've got less than 1,000 subscribers and you've got those ride or die people that watch every single one of your YouTube videos, leave comments on every single one, and you really get to know your audience. I am so incredibly grateful for that time within my YouTube channel where I had less than 1,000 subscribers, less than 2,000 subscribers, because I knew basically every single one of my subscribers. If you left a comment on my YouTube videos, I would comment back every single time, and I can recognize a certain group of people that had been with me from the very beginning. And when I was really nervous and I was like, I don't know if people are going to judge me, and I don't know if people are going to think, I would think of that one specific person. And I was like, okay, if I'm doing a consultation or if I'm just honestly DMing this person, what would I say to them? And I would honestly think about one of my subscribers. I would pick one person's name and I would be like, okay, I am talking to this person. And that helps so much. When you get in your mind that you're talking to 10,000 people, that's really intimidating. And I do not like to think of it that way. I like to think that I'm talking to one of you guys specifically, and that we're just kind of having a heart-to-heart, getting down on a real level. And when it comes down to it, the best tip that I can honestly give you is stop overthinking it and stop trying to be perfect. Do not take yourself so seriously. Everyone here that is watching this YouTube video is a human being. We all make mistakes, we all have hiccups, and honestly what we can connect on is more so those mistakes compared to perfections. And if you guys pay attention to my Instagram account, I am very open and honest with my Instagram account, and I try to share my real life experiences that I know that you guys are going to connect with. If I always have just these beautifully taken photos and nothing really serious in the caption, I'm not working to create a connection with you guys. And the connection that we have is truly what is making my brand successful. And that is kind of my secret sauce in a sense, if you guys have the blown up blueprint, you know. Stop taking yourself so seriously, stop overthinking it, and if you are in a headspace where you're really overthinking it, take a break. Stop filming. I do this so often, honestly. I wish I didn't have to do it so much, but sometimes I'll start filming a YouTube video and I will re-record the intro scene 20 times, and I'm like, you know what, this isn't happening today. It's just not happening today because I am so much in my head that I can't create good content for you guys. So don't be afraid to make mistakes, and when you do make mistakes, honestly, create a blooper reel at the end of your YouTube videos. I love watching blooper reels, and maybe I should start incorporating more at the end of my YouTube videos, and then you guys would see just how not perfect I am when it comes to filming my videos. But the very last thing that I want to bring up is I had someone ask me a question about how to become more comfortable vlogging or filming in public. And I do not have much experience. You guys know all my YouTube videos are shot here in my house, in my office most of the time, so I don't have that much experience in terms of vlogging in public. But what I do have experience with is taking photos in public, even in like parking lots and stuff, as well as Instagram storying in public. And I do not Instagram story in public that often, but when I do, the way that I think about it is this 10 seconds of embarrassment, or an Instagram story is 15 seconds. This 15 seconds of embarrassment is not going to last longer than the content that I create. And the content that I create is actually going to be more impactful, more moving to my audience than this little bit of embarrassment that is in my head. Truly, we think that everyone is watching us and that people are judging us, and in reality, guys, not a lot of people are paying attention. Do you guys walk through a store and judge other people based off of what they're doing? I really, really hope not, because it's just not a great way to live your life. But if you are embarrassed to vlog in public, maybe do it in more so of a quiet place, not a crowded place, and just get yourself used to it. But the way that I think about it is my content is going to last so much longer than these 30 seconds of embarrassment that I'm going to live through. That is all in my head. So you have to focus on just creating that amazing content, because it's going to be worth it in the long run. And if you guys paid attention to the community post that I launched the other day on my YouTube channel, I have never done that before, and I didn't even realize that there was a poll feature, but I had you guys vote on what YouTube video you wanted next, and you guys ended up voting for this YouTube video. So the next YouTube video video that is going to be going live is how much YouTube paid me from a video that received 50,000 views, and I'm really, really excited for that video. So make sure you subscribe to my channel. I do upload new videos every 3 days. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and I usually say make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna start my outro. Anyways, I will see you guys back here for that video really soon. If there are any other YouTube-related YouTube videos you want to see on my channel, let me know in the comment section down below. If you guys have any other tips when it comes to being comfortable in front of your camera, please include them in the comment section down below as well, because you could help someone else out. But that is it with this video. I'll see you guys back here soon. Bye, guys. Why does this seem so crooked? What was this? No, I'm not. I never told that's awful. I hate that. This light is way too bright. If we get my light in the way, I like it.
Hi, my name is Emma and I'm from the channel Pronunciation with Emma. I help people who are learning English as a second or foreign language improve their pronunciation and listening skills. Alan has kindly invited me onto his channel to give you 5 tips on how to talk to the camera better. So here I am, and I'm just going to get straight into it. So number 1, look into the lens. Don't look into the viewfinder. You see how distracting that is? You see, you want to click off, you're getting bored, you're not connecting with me anymore. And if I switch over to the lens, you connect with people better. It's so distracting. Even in real life, it's so distracting when someone is not looking at you and they're looking away or they're looking at their phone. You disconnect. And it's exactly the same with YouTube and video making. So if I'm looking over here at the viewfinder, yes, you may look wonderful, you may want to stare at yourself. Humans are programmed to look at their own faces, or faces in general, but try to avoid it. Try to just look at the lens. Some tips on how to look at the lens, this is kind of like a 1.2, you would say, is, I know it's very strange, so what you can do is just put like a little dot or something, so you can get like a little sticker, something like that, and look at the sticker. Or what I sometimes do, I mean, I'm quite used to it now, but from time to time, instead of looking directly into the lens, I will look at the text just above it, so it still looks like I'm looking into the lens. But so long as you're looking here and you're not looking there or there, it's fine. Just make sure that you're looking at the lens. Number 2 is to move your body more. So don't just sit here still like this, because that's not very energetic, that's not very dynamic, it's not very entertaining, it looks a little bit boring. But try to move more, at least just move your arms a bit more. It's easy when you're standing. I don't have the space in my flat to stand and do standing videos, but I would really like to, because I'm sure I'd be a lot more animated. But try to move your arms a bit more, move your shoulders, walk around a little bit. So you don't just have to position yourself in the center, you can also cut and then you can position yourself in another part of the frame. So Alan does this a lot in his videos, I've noticed. I do this in mine as well, but it tends to be more when I want to add text next to me, just to give myself or my editor, whoever's doing the video, a bit more space. And you'll notice as well that when you're jumping, it just adds something a little bit more interesting. Your eye is moving around the screen instead of just being in the center. So it keeps people's attention longer. Point number 3 is to not script. It's a bit of a controversial one because some people do like to script and some people really don't. I fall into the second category. Why? Because scripts can sometimes make you sound robotic. Scripts can also be stressful. Scripts as well can also make you sound a bit weird when you're speaking, because of course the way that we write sometimes isn't always how we speak. And if you're reading a script that you've written with writing in mind, if that makes sense, like you're not thinking about how we're going to say this, it can come across very unnatural. So what we can do instead of scripting is just put bullet points down. Like for this video, I literally just have my 5 bullet points down to talk about, and I'm just filling in the rest of the information. Maybe your video has a lot more detail in there, so you will need a few more bullet points under the main bullet point. But if you just keep to key topics, then it will allow you to speak more naturally and more freely, and you can do yourself a little bit more and less robotic. Number 4, imagine that you're talking to a very specific person when you're talking to the camera. So I know it's really weird talking to the camera at first. Like it took me probably about a year, probably a year and a half before you get confident with this, but every single in mind. Point number 5, the final one, how relates to point number 3 is just don't overthink it too much. I know that this is so easy to say without then actually do. I really don't. You know myself, but don't overthink things and don't aim for perfection. If you make mistakes in your video, it's absolutely fine. When you're editing, you can edit those out, or you can put some text or something like that if you say something wrong or whatever. People really don't care. Think of the videos that you watch when someone slipped up and they just added a little bit of text, just correcting themselves, and you moved on. You don't even notice it. So, as well, what you can do is take some of these mistakes that you use for these bloopers, as we like to call them, and put them in your video. Leave them in. If you don't want to leave them in, you can put them at the end of the video. Use them as an outro. And that also keeps people watching because a lot of people really like the bloopers and they will watch until the end for the bloopers. So, to wrap up, the 5 points. Number 1, look into the lens, look over here, it's distracting, disconnects you from the audience, look here. I know it's very tempting to look at yourself, but try not to. And number 2 is move your body more. So, physically move yourself more, but also move yourself across the screen. So you can jump cuts and you can edit yourself at different parts of the screen. I know I've been in the center, quite a bit in this video, but I'll be really honest, I want to lack. And I don't really want you to do the job so much. So I'm a bad example in this video, but in my actual videos on my YouTube channel, I do move around quite a bit. Number 3 is to create a rough outline and to use bullet points instead of scripting. That way you come across more natural and you get the key points across that you want to talk about and you can be yourself a lot more. And it's also less stressful trying to memorize a script. So make bullet points, it's so much easier. Number 4, imagine you're talking to a specific person. So a member of your audience that you're trying to target, someone you're trying to target, have them in mind and turn to the camera like you're talking to them. Or better, take a picture of someone and put it just near your lens. And that will also stop you from looking over here if you are one of those people with back of the lens. Focus on the lens, focus on the person, and talk to that picture and talk to that person that's in your mind, and it will also help you connect with your audience better. And the last one, number 5, don't overthink it. So don't aim for perfection because you'll find that absolutely no video you make will be perfect. You can add the bloopers at the end or keep them in as you're going, as you're filming, and anything else, like if you make a slip up or maybe you want to add some text or something like that. If you slip up and you say the wrong thing, just add a little bit of text, there's no problem. Or add a little disclaimer at the bottom if you've forgotten to mention something. Editing, that's the beauty of editing, is that you can just add these little things after. And again, thinking about the videos that you've seen online where they've added just a bit of text or a correction or something, it doesn't matter. You've not been bothered by it, I bet. And the people who watch our video, they will bother about it, trust me. So that's it, those are the 5 tips. There are 5 tips that I picked up and I live by and I practice in my own videos. So you're very welcome to go to Camera Film and just see how I film normally. This is a normal video for me, but I have a talent and I will see you next lesson. That's my intro and my outro. But nice seeing you here. Enjoy the rest of your week, I guess. Let's do my outro. Enjoy the rest of your week. See you later. Bye-bye.
So whether you're actually confident on camera or not, and for most of us, you're probably not, because it's a pretty unnatural thing to turn on camera, point it at yourself, and start talking to this big one-eyed man in front of you. There are, however, a few ways that you can fake this confidence and just feel more chill and relaxed and comfortable with doing this whole talking to a camera by yourself in a bedroom. Later on, I'm going to give you guys a little exercise as something you can do to just actually create some of that confidence on camera. But before we get to that, I want to start with one of my favorites, like what I said in the video. And that is to stop being so formal. Hey guys, I'm Sean. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I like to make videos, and today we are going to be talking I hope you're still watching. If I was you, I probably wouldn't be watching. If you are, I love you. But don't start with videos like that. There's certain formalities that creators think that they need to say just because other people are doing it and they feel that they need to do that same thing. We need to unlearn all of that training because this is not a job interview and we don't want to present ourselves like this. Would you speak to my little friends like that in real life? Imagine you were sitting across the room from them and you started just whipping out like formalities like that. Your friends would look at you like you're insane. You probably would be because no one acts like that in real life. What we want to try and establish here with the camera is to speak to it like it is one of our friends. Like we're having a chat, we're having a conversation, and there's small nuances that play into that. Even something as simple as adjusting your hat that you might have noticed we do in interviews. That humanizes me, it makes me feel a little more casual because it's not this huge formal setting where just like a robot, just chill, we're hanging out, we're talking. The other thing that kind of goes with this is that I think you shouldn't address the camera as you guys or everyone. I think you should address it as an individual because when the person is receiving the footage that you're going to upload or present to them, it's only one person watching it. So as soon as I say, hey everyone, it's not everyone. For me, it's everyone. There's a lot of you behind this camera. But for you watching it, there's just one of you, there's one of me. It's a one-on-one intimate experience. So I think try and find something. I still always say you guys with everyone. But do your best to just speak in single person terms when you are transcendent. The next thing is to create a script in a bullet point format rather than like a word-for-word script. If you're trying to read like your script like this, it often comes across as a bit robotic and it doesn't have the same flair as if you just kind of wing it and speak from what's actually inside of your script. So create bullet points to ensure that you are staying on track for what you want to convey in this video. But don't read it up word for word, don't try and memorize it and then say, and then memorize it and then say, rather just here's the topic, now let me speak about what I actually think about it. That works much, much better for me. Not only is it going to